This for all of my hustlers chasing stacks. About to hit the road, praying that they'll make it back. Long rides, doing the speed limit with major packs. Trying not to make yourself hot so you can make it back. This for all of my
I was gonna start right there. Look, and now the ice maker it's really going crazy. I was like, I am Jae Millz.
And I am Dana.
And this is JANA After Dark.
Episode 6.
I wasn't quick on my feet. I was gonna say 6 in Spanish, but I wasn't quick on my feet just now. My fault. But this is episode 6.
5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
6.
Felt like you was going to say 1, 2, 3, 4.
I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I ain't gonna say that. What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? We hope everybody is doing good, feeling well. Shout out to everybody that's listening, watching,
Yes.
leaving comments, sharing,
Yes.
sending it to their peoples, and putting them on to what we got going on over here. We appreciate it.
And catching up on episodes. Even if you didn't watch it from the first week, that's okay. You can catch up.
I keep telling my baby we're gonna get some coasters because I feel like I just be slamming the drinks.
I mean, if somebody make coasters, they might want to specialize some Jane After
Oh,
Dark.
you getting good. You getting good.
I've never made a personalized coaster, but if somebody makes them, holla at us, DM us.
Oh, we supposed to have our next episode. We'll do that next episode.
Okay.
How you feel though? I see you looking
I'm
good.
Thank you. Journey said I look like a princess.
You always look like a princess. But see, you know what the issue is with kids? Kids only see you as what you dropped them off to school as and what you picked them up as. What you come to the recitals and the sports games. They don't really see you in your, like, our kids don't really know, like, I'm that.
No, not at all.
But I like it like that, though. I like being able to just be regular when I take Journey to the park or if I'm at Anthony's games. But sometimes when we at Anthony's games, it get a little crazy, though.
But Journey's brutally honest. She'll tell you.
Journey told me, can I tell him?
Yes.
Journey told me I need to start. No. My daughter told me I need to get on YouTube
To be famous.
so I can get famous. Yeah. Luckily, my daughter doesn't know that if she types in Jae Millz in the YouTube search bar, she'll find a whole new world.
Well, in her mind, she didn't grow up off
a whole new world. Not the kind she's looking for.
No. In her world, she didn't grow up off cable. And we had this conversation. Mm-hmm. In her mind, long as you make it to YouTube, you're famous. This is why he needs a coaster.
Yeah, but that's how she thinks, though.
Yes.
Because she watched some of her
favorite shows.
I'm all up on the like
back
that.
up.
She watched some of her favorite shows on YouTube, and
and she watched how-tos on YouTube, drawing, sewing.
Oh, yo,
Rainbow High.
my mom's shout out to Mama Millsy, right?
Mama Millsy.
My mother got
my
daughter on my mama. My mama got my daughter, which is her granddaughter, of course, logically, obviously, right? I didn't need to say that. She got her granddaughter a sewing machine, like a real
sewing machine.
Yes. And Journey has been making
patterns.
Patterns, like she drawing the
clothes.
patterns, then she cut them out, and then she stitches them and sews them. It's these dolls, these Rainbow High dolls. If any of y'all got kids out there, daughters, and y'all know how much they love these dolls called Rainbow High, it's no more. The Barbie is cool, but the Barbie is nothing compared to this Rainbow High doll. It's about $40, $50, and it's a total different thing.
Because it's basically a show about high school kids that go to like a fashion school.
Yeah.
So everything revolves around like looks and their beauty, and they're going on.
A lot of them look like you.
Oh,
like I should go get some of them because it's a few of them over there.
Maybe
right
I should
now.
put some of my looks after the Rainbow High dolls.
Yeah,
I kind of think that the Rainbow High dolls are made after celebrities or people that had fashion looks over the decades. Me personally, I always say that, but it's a really cool show. And if your daughter or son or whoever is into fashion, they would love it.
Yeah, it's definitely
they would love
one of
it.
those shows,
so shout out to Rainbow High.
Yeah, she definitely.
So Journey has a sewing machine
she
now.
Sews
because she
and then she cuts them out,
clothes,
and then she makes them, and she puts the clothes on the dolls. She's 11, but she's really doing this, and I think it's just dope to see. That was like one of the Christmas gifts she got.
Yes.
And I don't know, it's just impressive to see like she plays with that more. I said plays with it like it's a toy. It's a real sewing machine.
It's a real sewing machine.
She entertains that more than she entertains the toys that she got for Christmas.
She's really focused. So yeah, she told me I look like a princess today, and
You
I
do look
value her
like a
opinion.
princess. You look like my princess.
Well, thank you.
You know,
Hopefully, I'm your princess, queen, everything. And
to be a picture of perfection. No, I'm gonna be cool. Okay. All right, so look, we're gonna get into, because we was just running it just now. That wasn't even a topic, but that's just how we go. But let's get into it, right? So we was watching something on television, and I don't want to say exactly what we was talking about because the conversation is so much bigger than the show we was watching. But the topic is like troll accounts, right? And I didn't want to talk about the episode of, pardon me. I didn't want to talk about the episode of the show we was watching because the conversation is so much bigger than that. Like when you think about a troll account.
the fact that somebody would take time out their day.
That's the same thing I was going to say.
To create a troll account on any social media platform is crazy. Like, it's one thing to watch somebody, to study somebody, but to actually make an account.
Yeah.
And make posts and DMs. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because look,
it's like the catfish thing. It's crazy.
Let's just walk through what you have to do in order to make a troll account, right? So you have to first you click the sign up thing, right? You create an account. So in order for you to be a troll, you got to really be a different type of troll to use your real email.
Or your real phone.
You know what I'm saying? See now you getting real.
That's how a
You
lot of
getting
people
real.
get
You getting
busted.
real. See, you're a woman. See, you see how women think? I think one way. She thought a whole different way. Back to the point though. I tell you every episode, men are dumb. Y'all gonna be able to make a whole compilation of how many times I tell y'all men are dumb. If you really just look at it, we're dumb. So you gotta have an email, right? You gotta create the account.
Crazy.
You got to have a default picture. Or you just be like, no, I don't want no default picture. I'm just going to create the account. This is the name I'm going to use. Just go into the mind, because we're going to spend some time on this. Go into the mind state of the person that's making the troll account. You probably had to make a fake email too, right? So now you done made fake credentials just to make the fake page,
Fake
right?
credentials to make a fake account.
This is just crazy. You got so much. This is a lot of time.
It is.
It's a lot of time
It is.
invested.
A lot of thinking.
Then you have to, because you posting things from your real account too. So now you multitasking. You got your real account and then you got the troll joint.
Right. But you're doing it from one phone.
So you see this person post something and you get so upset
That you write a paragraph.
from an account and you feel good because you like,
I got him.
but how do you got them if they don't know who you are?
Well, this is the thing. There's always a key to it. Most of the time with trolls, they give themselves away by one of the words that they put in the caption, the comment, the DM. If
Like
you
it's
read,
usually something they
it's
usually
something
say.
that's one of the words always don't fit, or it gives you a clue to something else. And you're like, okay, this is a troll account.
Okay.
It's
I get you.
always
Yeah.
something.
If you pay attention.
I mean, honestly, like, think about it. We both have schoolmates that, we went to school with over the years. And regardless of what default picture they have on the social media platform, if they leave a comment or send you a message, based on what the message is, you kind of can pick up who it is, or if it's somebody that must really know you.
Yeah.
For example, if they mention a nickname that only people that went to middle school with you would know.
Oh, yeah,
know
you'd
what
be like,
mean?
I know exactly who this is.
Right. It could only be a few people that call me this. It's
Yeah.
only a few people that know I had that.
See, once again, man,
So that brings you back into, and then granted, I mean, we're a little older now, so you don't remember everything, but sometimes
But if you pay
keywords
attention.
can take you back, and it just lets you know, okay, this person is trolling.
yeah.
For example, he says I'm a comment creeper. I love to see the comments because
Not
I
a real
think
comment creeper, but she just pays attention to
for the
comments.
JANA
Like,
After Dark stuff.
she
I
puts
really
me onto a
do.
lot of that.
I take pride in it. not in a bad way, not like I'm obsessed with it, but I take pride in reading every comment because I think it's very important that when you create a platform like this, you want to incorporate everything and everybody.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, let me just make this comment while I'm getting into that. We're reading the questions, the comment, and the suggestions that you guys have been giving us. We have something special that we're working on for that. So we haven't forgotten you guys.
Something special.
It's something special that we're working on
Make
for
sure
that.
you like, share, comment, and subscribe
Yes, please.
to the page.
Yes, please.
So I can keep giving y'all some more
And we have something special with
stuff,
the subjects that people have been suggesting. So that's why I like to read those comments. But if you pay attention to the comments, you can tell if somebody's like trolling you or if they really genuinely like, you know what, I really like you, but I think you should do this.
Yeah.
But if they're not doing that, if it's not like a good and a bad,
it's like, and I used to pay way too much attention to the negative. I might still pay a little bit.
But
too
if
much
somebody
attention
give you
to
like
the
a
negative.
full paragraph with like 8 lines, and
I'll usually
nothing
say
is
something
positive,
like God loves you.
Yeah, and nothing's positive.
Yeah, God loves
They're
you.
trolling.
Because I know how to troll too. And sometimes
Right.
I got way too much time too. You know, they got too much time to troll, but I got too much time to entertain it sometimes. And it's like, not even for a long time, but I know trolls want your attention.
Yeah.
They want to get under your skin.
That's the whole point.
And I'll give you my attention for a little bit. I might have some time to waste, but I won't let it get under my skin. For one, you don't know me. And whatever you do know of me, I'm not even mad about it because I probably gave you that information.
Right.
You know, so I probably put it out there in the world for you to know it. So
Right.
I'm not really mad at nothing that somebody that don't know me personally thinks of me personally. Like if that I know I'm a rapper and sometimes I get metaphorical, but if that makes sense in any way, if a person don't personally know me, I cannot take anything that you say or think
And we
about
had that
me
conversation
personally.
before
You
about
know,
people saying, like, for example, people say, well, you're a horrible dad or you're a horrible mom. Somebody that knows us personally would never say that.
but you know what? If somebody that knew us personally did say it, we would take it
Totally different.
personal.
Yeah, we take it totally
But
different.
somebody that would just say something like, you don't know
You have
what
no
I
idea.
sacrificed for my kids.
You have no idea.
You don't know what I sacrificed
Ask my
for
kid
my
that
family.
question. You know, so it's just, we said at the same time.
You see how in tune
so
we
in
are? We said the same 3, you know, so we had the same transition in the same moment. You know what I'm saying? It's my baby right here. Partner left. Man.
So, yeah. But, yeah, back to that, I feel like if you just read the keywords, you can tell when somebody's trolling.
Yeah.
And if they want to keep going back and forth after you reply, you don't have to go back and forth 5 times.
No.
And give me a paragraph every time. Like, that's crazy.
Nah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you take somebody's lunch money in middle school for them to feel like this?
Nah.
I always tease you, and I was like, okay, did you take this person's girlfriend? Like, is this?
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
But I
She
always tease you
say
and
that.
say that.
The first thing that comes to her mind when somebody start like playing with me on the internet, she be like, man, you acting like you pop one of his girls or something like that. And I'll be like, nah, I don't even like. She'll literally ask
Maybe
me.
his lady was blessed in the
She'll
Virgo mixtape.
she'll literally ask me like, do you know his girl or his baby moms or his wife? I'll be like, babe, like, nah, I know her, but well, did you ever do anything with her, Jarvis? Like, nah, I never did anything with her.
It seems like.
Or if I be like, nah, I might have, we might have had some relations back in the day.
But it seems like that person.
Then she'll be like, well, yeah,
really
that's why
upset.
he feel like that. Because you said like you used to deal with his baby mama back in the skate key days. And I'd be like, but I don't think it's that serious.
Maybe
Jarvis,
he's seen you writing the number on a little piece of paper or something outside the skate key. You know, it'd be the littlest things that people never got past.
Yeah, because it's a lot of things I can't get past too.
So-
We was just talking about that last week, the forgive and the forget.
Yeah, so
We
I
ain't
mean,
gonna go back to
it's
that.
hard, but I agree with you 100%. Trolling is crazy.
It's a lot. I don't know if I would have the time or the mental capacity.
Multiple
I just
accounts
get
of
mad and just be petty or whatever. But I don't know if I could literally do the undercover angry. I want you to know I'm mad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a Virgo and I'm real like.
see, I'm totally
upfront.
opposite of that.
So I kind of want you to know where I'm at with
And
it.
I'm totally
so
opposite
for
of
me to
that.
be like a troll and hide behind like a fake account, that I can't
That would
sleep
eat you
well.
up.
Oh man, as Jazz the rapper say, that would scuff my Timbs, man. That would really
Scuff
scuff
my
my Timbs. I wanted to talk about
funny.
inviting the wrong couples to couples events, right? Now, I don't know where this came from, where I was thinking about this when we was putting together the topics, right? But I was just
thinking about one of our events.
probably thinking about one of our times we were out on a couple vibe. But then I started thinking about like shows we watch or trips we've been on or trips we were supposed to go on that fell through the roof and just didn't happen, right? And it's like, man, some couples are cool to know, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think all couples are cool for me to want to be on vacation with.
Absolutely.
I don't think all couples are cool to invite to our house for Thanksgiving or Christmas or for a Mother's Day dinner. But there are many couples that we know. I'm not talking industry stuff. I'm just talking about like
in general,
day to day in general couples and people we know. They come over all the time for whatever we're doing over here. Sometimes it's just like your parents are cooking.
They're coming over.
And they be like, hey, Jay, is so-and-so coming over a day to invite so-and-so? And they just end up over here watching the game with us, playing categories and the
watching
YouTube videos, just reminiscing. And yeah, it's just a vibe. But I don't know if
traveling with those people.
There you go. And there's no disrespect, but me and you ain't the same on vacation as we are on Sunday with the family here eating and cooking.
Yeah.
We are a totally different vibe in Miami. We're a totally different vibe in Vegas. Yeah. We just a total different vibe once we get to the airport. Look, once JANA gets to the airport and we get our boarding pass and like we go through once we get through TSA.
Yeah.
It's lit. Yeah. It is not here. What you see here is not what it is once we get through TSA. So,
I mean, I think I agree with that. It's just like having certain friends for certain things.
Yeah.
Certain couples, they're just cool to like go out to eat with. They're just good to have conversation with. Mm-hmm. And then you have those couples that they enjoy the same things you enjoy on vacation, on trips, and you don't get sick of them because they know when their time is. Okay, me and my husband or me and my wife or significant other, we need to go back to our room. And we're not going to overstay our welcome in your room so long that we sitting there like, okay, when are they going to leave already? We're like looking at each other like, okay, we're ready.
Because I definitely don't. Yeah, go to your room.
Yeah, but I think it's certain people that you know you can hang with that, you know, it's cool with. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, when we went to DR for Los and Caroline's wedding, I think that setting was amazing. Like everybody that went was perfect to go. Mm-hmm. Everybody had a good time. Everybody was on the same vibe. Nobody was like a headache to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we went out, Everybody met. When it was like get dressed and be at dinner at 9, we got dressed and went to dinner at 9.
That was
Nobody
a cool vibe.
wasn't tripping. And then even when we were coming back to our rooms, y'all want to go to our room? All right, cool. But then everybody would go back to their rooms when it was time. So it was cool. It was a cool setting. But I have been on trips with people in general that were really, really annoying. Like I loved them when I was home and I thought they were the coolest people. But when we got on the trip, I can think of one trip and I'm not going to say it was a disaster.
Oh, man.
The one person was just like a total different person. And I looked at that person totally different when we came back from the trip. I was just like, what happened from the time we like checked in our hotel?
No, it's bad.
From the time we left, like what happened?
It can go bad.
And you can think of people that you've traveled with. You travel with way more people than I have on tours and just trips for promo or whatever you had to do. And you could think of people that was totally annoying. When y'all got to the destination, you like, why did we bring this person? I know you can think of people
happened.
like that.
That happens.
And it's like I thought this person was so cool. How did we get here?
Yeah,
you're taking 5 hours to get dressed. You're being picky about the restaurants we eat at. You don't want to go out. You're like, well, I'll just stay here. After a while, my patience. Listen, I only got 48 to 72 hours here.
Yeah,
my patience run thin. I'm ready to go.
If you on vacation and you're not around somebody that you got history with it, you comfortable around it,
I'm
you're not
gonna
really
go.
gonna be yourself. You can't really be yourself.
But I'm
So
gonna
that's
go.
just
I don't
like-
have time to wait, especially the trips where the kids are not there. Family trips are a little bit
Oh
different.
yeah, it's different. I told you. As soon as you get through TSA, it's different.
Yeah, but when it's just us and we're out, I don't have time to waste because this time is calculated. Somebody's with our kids, and we don't. Especially me, I don't like to be away from the kids too long. So I'm not gonna sit in my room for 12 hours waiting for people to get dressed or to meet us. No, we're here. We're getting. We'll see you there. And if
Yeah.
you don't come, then it's too bad.
Yeah.
We on that type of vibe. Like we're not that couple that'll sit around and just be like, oh well, they don't want to go, so we're just gonna stay in the room for the rest of the trip. That's not us.
No,
You'll get left.
You gotta enjoy yourself.
You'll get left because the time is ticking. You don't get that time back. I've had those trips that I regretted that I was like, God, I should have left so and so in a room and just went out. I should have. We should have just kept on going. We should have still went to dinner because then you get back home and you're like, okay, I didn't do half of the stuff that I wanted to do.
Yeah. Speaking about time and it's ticking and you can't get it back, right? Now this is kind of something about us. Like speaking about what we was just talking about with time. How do you feel about like carrying arguments into the next day? Because we do that a lot.
No, in the beginning, I said we did.
Sometimes I want to start talking about a lot of things that we went through. But like you said in the beginning, because we don't necessarily
did
do
a
it.
lot
We don't
in the
necessarily do it
beginning.
that much, that more.
Yeah, we don't do it that way.
Oh, hold on, we don't do it that much, that more. That wasn't right.
No,
right? That wasn't right. All right, we don't do it that much
anymore.
There you go. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with correcting yourself.
In the beginning, when we first moved together, I think we did it a lot.
What are you talking about?
I think we did it a lot more in the beginning.
Yeah.
Our arguments are very scarce now. We don't have that many.
Yeah, I was saying that. Congratulations, partner left again. Yeah,
we don't.
I was saying that
many.
we don't. I was saying that. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna let you finish. But matter of fact, you finished. That was rude. You finished.
We don't have as many arguments as we had in the beginning, but in the beginning, it was just like, I don't care. I'll have an attitude for a couple of days. You'll have an attitude for a couple of days, and it could be over the smallest things. Our arguments
But just
were always
listen to that a couple days.
Yeah, like we would just be like
not
very
like
nonchalant.
a couple hours, like
No, it
a
would go
couple
on a couple
days
days.
of sleeping next to each other.
All
with
argument over like dinner. It would always be something
it would
really
be
minor.
The dumbest thing
Yeah,
in
it
the world.
would.
And
It really
we wouldn't
would.
speak for 3. That's why I said I kind of wanted to have this conversation because
Yeah.
I don't want
Now
people
we don't
to,
do that.
I don't want people to think like
It's just so perfect.
I don't want people to think like we just be sitting up here talking. And it's like, well, damn, do y'all ever go through anything?
Yes,
like, do
all the
y'all
time.
ever, how do y'all
time.
get through it? Like, what is it like being with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Being with somebody for so long or being around somebody for so long. And it's like, yo, we didn't always have 3 floors. We didn't always have
No, not at all.
4 rooms for this.
Not
one.
at all.
Like there was times where it was just 2 rooms.
We didn't always have an island.
It was sometimes it was like you come in here, you either gonna turn your back and go to sleep, or you gonna talk to me, or you not. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that we don't do anymore.
No,
And
no.
before I had rudely cut you off and I told you to finish. Towards the end of the year towards the end of last year, a couple weeks ago, I was telling you, I was like, damn, babe, this year might not have been the best year that we thought it could have been. You always think you could have did better,
especially
so
me.
yeah, we always think you could have did better. So
Yes.
last year was great, but you always think you could have
Always
done
feel like
better.
there was things we could have did more of.
Yeah, and I was saying like, but damn, this might have been the less arguing we did ever.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
in all of the years that we've been together,
Yeah.
last year might have been the less arguing we did. I don't know if it's like time comes along with it, but when I was thinking about this topic, I'm like, damn, we did used to carry arguments for days.
yes.
You know, when I sit and think about it, I was like, man, to the point where like our kids started to notice, and they would be like if I get quiet in the car, if we arguing, they get quiet. If you driving and you like this, and I'm on this side and I'm looking out the window, they start doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's just awkward. It's just an awkward ride. So we started learning when it's like, you know what, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
Or you know what, it's not even worth talking about it.
It's not worth
She
it.
knows she was wrong. She don't even got to admit it. It's cool. Or Jarvis know he tripping right now. I'm not even gonna say nothing to him. He know he bugging right now.
He'll be all right.
And we'll get past
past
it
it.
like that. Maybe that's not healthy. Maybe that's toxic. I don't know. Like y'all can
But it
leave it in the
works for us.
comments. Maybe that is toxic to just be like, I know she's mad. I know she tripping. I'm not even going to pay that no mind. I'm not even going to give that no energy because I know where that could go. Or you being like, I know he tripping off of whatever he's tripping off right now. You can know exactly what I'm mad about. And no, you're not going to say nothing about it. You're not going to ask me what's wrong because you know what's wrong. You're not going to ask me if I need help with nothing because you know I'm snappy at that moment probably. So I think with time, we just learn that. So we learn not to carry it. But we used to we used to sleep with it, wake up with it, get dressed.
It was Battle of the Beats.
Come back home, and it's like we right back to it. It was anger match.
We've gotten past that. We're not doing Battle of the Beats anymore.
Like we used to really have the anger match. Like who could be more mad?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it get whack after a while.
Yeah, we don't really.
It's like, what do you win?
Nothing.
I remember after a while, I used to have to start telling you, babe, I'm on your. Like when we used to get into arguments, even when we get into argument right now, I will still say this. I will tell her, babe, I'm on your team. You have to specify that the beginning of the argument, I have to let you know, no matter what happens in this argument, I am on your team. I'm not going nowhere. We here. Look, we stuck here.
We're gonna figure this out.
And you're not going nowhere neither. So you can talk all that flyness out your mouth, but I'm not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. So now it's like we used to say a bunch of craziness to each other. So now it'll be like, all right, well, what you gonna do? Where you going?
What are we gonna do?
And then you end up getting over it quicker because then Journey would be like, Daddy, what we eating for? No, she'll say, Daddy, are we going to eat dinner?
Like we don't feed her.
And that'd just make me even more mad because I'll already be mad with you. And then it's like, Journey, when don't you eat?
In 11 years, you always had
you're right. I'm sorry. I like your haircut. And then it's just like, now she knows I'm mad because I done probably said it aggressively to her. So it's like, the carrying the argument.
It's not good.
Not good.
My advice to anyone that asks like how we get through it, I think you have to learn each other. I don't think it's a good thing to carry the arguments into the next day. I mean, if you need a few minutes or a few hours to take a walk, breathe, think about it, I think that's always a good thing. Sometimes you just need to play it out in your head to yourself. You don't always have to go and run and make a phone call or a text. Sometimes you just need a moment to go over
don't go
everything.
to the gram or the social media. With
I
everything.
always say, please don't go to the gram.
I've been gotten into so many arguments with Dana, and
don't go to the gram.
You just think about it, and
or
you
Facebook or whatever. The chat.
I don't
group
call
chat.
friends. I don't call relatives. I don't call. The most people that probably get signed is our parents here and there.
Yeah,
if it do get to it, but I'm not going to the internet with it because the internet has never helped a man with his problems.
The internet will put your face on somebody else's body in the middle of something serious.
Oh, they will put the Jordan crying face on this. Like, they'll put the Jordan crying face right here on me.
You're like, I'm going through something serious
right
now.
They don't care. So they don't care. They'll take the Tyrese meme, the R. Kelly joint talking to Gail.
It's not
so
cool.
For all that, I'll get through it on my own.
And honestly, people be going through real life stuff, like real serious stuff, and they make a joke out of it. And we try to be serious and have empathy.
And it's like if we know we know we're jokesters, you can't expect somebody to take your pain.
But
sometimes,
the joke is so funny. I feel like Drake. I just want to hop in the laugh too.
Yeah. Now when Drake put himself on the Concorde with the Dada outfit and all that, it was over. It was over.
Drake on the
because at that point you can't win. You can't beat somebody that's in on the joke. It's like, nah, now you got to get another joke.
Sometimes it's so funny. You be like, all right, I got to jump in on this one.
Yeah,
it's about me, but I got to jump in. That was funny.
Moral of the story, though.
Don't carry those arguments.
Don't carry the arguments.
Go take a walk.
Figure it out before you go to sleep.
Have a moment by yourself. Yeah.
Even if the end of the night doesn't end in.
I agree.
Like, because, men sometimes think like,
it's not healthy.
Sex is the way where it's back better. Like if we have sex, it's litigated. We on better terms. And sometimes women have sex with you and they'll still be mad at you, but they just want to shut you up. You know what I'm saying? But guys, once again, men are dumb. Men are dumb. Men are think, oh, she had sex with me last night, so I guess we're good now. No, nigga, she just didn't want to keep hearing you huffing and puffing all night. So don't carry the arguments into the next day.
They're not healthy. And there was a time when we did it. So we're just letting you know that's not the way to go.
And you can jump in the comments right now.
How do you get through your arguments?
Let us know if you ever carried the argument into the next day. And we're going to read some of these comments back. And we're going to...
Yeah, we're going to go through some of them. It's something that we're working on.
Let us know if y'all ever Let us know if y'all out here carrying the arguments.
And if it's working, because it didn't work for us.
Nah, you got to switch it up. Switch it up. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that.
Yes.
Let's talk about people not wanting to move from the city that they grew up in. All right.
That's interesting.
Were you ever one of those people? Were you ever one of those people that was like, I'm never moving away out of Cali? Or were you like, I can't wait to go to college to get out of Cali?
I moved around a lot as a kid. So for me, moving was just natural. I moved back and forth from coast to coast. For those that don't know, I was born in LA, but I grew up in Jersey.
Hold up. Whoop. Yup. Okay. Yup. Like, yup. Whoop. Give them your run. You got to get them the rundown.
So I was born.
You know what I'm saying? Give them
the
rundown.
Yeah, I was born in Inglewood, Centinela Hospital.
Whoop.
Yeah,
you gotta say whoop. She say whoop with everything because she's from Cali. So.
But I was born at Centinela Hospital in Inglewood in '83, and my whole life I've always moved back and forth. My dad is from LA. My mom is from New Jersey. My mom is from Jersey City, New Jersey. So we've always lived back and forth, meaning she would stay in LA for a couple years, 2-3 years. She'll go to Jersey for a year, come back to LA. So for me, it was natural to move around a lot. I never was one of those people that was like, okay, I have to have a house where I grew up at, because home was multiple places for me. You know, I lived in so many different places, from Inglewood to the Jungle to Watts to Jersey City, now, if you don't, Irvington.
Now, I'm pretty sure you know Watts,
Brooklyn. Like I lived everywhere.
My first introduction to Watts was Tyrese, right? Tyrese album. I was like, oh, Watts, that's crazy. He was watched out. But she said she used to live in the jungle.
I did during the riots. Yes.
Now I'm from Harlem, right? So if you from Harlem and you don't really know when she say like that place, jungle, you know what I'm saying? When she say that,
I lived on August and Nicolette on the corner. There's a building on the corner.
If you don't know what she's talking about, it's foreign language to you.
Yeah.
But when I first got serious with her, she explained that to me. I'm like, damn, you used to live out there? And then when she told me the era that she lived there in, I had a whole new respect for her, man.
So for me, I lived so many different places. I wasn't attached to one particular place. I think at different points in my life, I wanted to live different places. There was a time, like when I got out of high school, because I did the first 3 years of high school in New Jersey, and then I moved back to LA when I was a senior. I was itching to get back. I wanted to get back to the East Coast. All my friends were there. I had did most of my teenage years there. I just wanted to get back. So at that point, I wanted to move back. And I thought New York was the place to be, because in the 90s, New York was like the place to be.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be
on radio. Shout to New York. Yeah.
New York City was the place to be. But then once I got older, I was eager to come back. So it's like, for me, it was different points in my life. I wanted to live different places. For you, did you always want to live in New York City? He grew up in New York City his whole life.
I grew up in New York City my whole life, born and raised Harlem, New York City. Wash Heights, east side of Harlem, west side of Harlem, uptown,
for people that have never been to Harlem, this is the place where Paid in Full was.
Yeah, Paid in Full.
Great Apollo Theater is.
Cam.
They make the chopped cheese.
Dipset, chopped cheese, ASAP
Tiana Taylor's from there. So just a point of
Big L.
What's the name of the restaurant?
My man Dave East, my man Vado. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
What's the name of the restaurant where
shout out to everybody from Harlem, because I could have kept going, but I don't want
Tiana
to be like, yo, the nigga Millz ain't shout me out on the podcast. Shout out to all my Harlem rappers, spitters, celebrities, fashion designers, all that.
Yes.
Grinnies. Shout out to Grinnies. Shout out to the Dirty Kitch.
I'm just painting pictures of different places in Harlem that people see now on the gram.
I really love Harlem, man. I live in California, but I really love Harlem.
Did you want to live there forever, though?
No, I'm gonna tell you, son. This is real.
And the reason why I'm shouting those places out is because you can find those places now on the gram. So that's why I'm painting a picture for people that don't know.
When I was growing up, there was two places that I saw on TV that I always wanted to go. Right,
we were cable kids. We were like Journey.
I wanted to. I thought Miami Vice. I thought that show was fake. I thought. I knew TV wasn't real. I knew what TV shows were. Fake. I thought that was like a set. I thought that was
you
like.
You know that was like a real street.
I didn't know that's really what Miami looked like. I didn't know like the Pelicans was there and they drove, like they drove Lamborghinis and Maseratis and
Convertibles and
Testarossas.
stuff. Okay.
And they wore Rolexes and they rolled their sleeves up with crew neck T-shirts under.
warm
I
outside,
thought
yeah.
everybody wore suits and ties. I didn't know they wore loafers. That was really like a show to me.
you
So
wanted to
once
move
I
to
got
Miami.
older and I realized I wanted to always move to Miami. And I always wanted to go, don't laugh at me, don't laugh at me. I always wanted to go to Hillman College.
I mean, I think we all did at some point.
I always no. Let me
I was a
let me
fan. I was a
no, let me
fan.
be real. Let me explain.
No, we all
something.
thought Hillman was real one time.
I wanted to go to Hillman probably until I was in high school.
Because everybody thought it was real.
Yeah, I thought Hillman was real.
But let me ask you this. So there was no other part of New York that
No,
you wanted to move
No,
to?
shout out to all 5
Not like
boroughs. I never
Lower
wanted.
Manhattan or...
Listen, Linda, listen, Linda. I never in my life wanted to live in any other borough or any other
Okay.
place
Talk your stuff.
in New York. Honestly,
Okay. All right.
I always wanted to. I mean, as a rapper in New York,
You wanted to move to Jersey
Harlem,
at some point.
you get your money. You always want to get a nice little place across the bridge in Jersey.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
That's if you know any rapper or celebrity from New York City, they'll tell you when they get their check, the first thing they doing. Majority of us, we would go over to Jersey. That's better living than being on the block.
Okay, so that's equivalent
you know?
to LA people moving to the Valley.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
so
All right.
we would we would do things like that. I never wanted to live in another borough. I always wanted to live like in Jersey.
So people that don't know too much about New York, the borough set trip.
Oh yeah, it's
They
different.
said
It's different. I lived in the Bronx though. I never
Which is still
wanted
close
to,
to
but I
Harlem.
ended up living in the Bronx at one time.
Yeah, but the
due to a
boroughs
situation that I
like
was-
set trip. Do you like Brooklyn is Brooklyn, Harlem is Harlem, Queens
Yeah,
is Queens.
yeah.
They set trip. You can't.
Yeah,
don't
if I
mistake
didn't
them.
have to live in the Bronx when I was living in the Bronx at that time, I wouldn't have just moved up there.
Okay.
But I was living there at one time. I never lived in Brooklyn, never lived in Queens. Staten Island was like, oh yeah, the ferry. Nah, shout out to Staten Island, but nah. Yeah, Washington
Go to
Heights.
Shaolin?
Nah, I was born in Washington Heights, and I was kind of like born and raised Harlem, like uptown,
Okay,
downtown,
okay.
East Harlem, West Harlem. I lived a bunch of different places in Harlem, but I was never that kid that was like, oh, I want to move out to Long Island, or I want to
Okay,
move like
okay,
downtown
gotcha.
Brooklyn. You know, when they started building up all the
There was a time-
nothing personal.
There was
It's
a
just-
time when I wanted to live in Manhattan. I lived in Brooklyn for a while, but I wanted to live in Manhattan. I thought that was just the place to be. Like, judging by the way the 90s were for New York, the music, the fashion, it just seemed like that was just the place to be during that time. And then there was a time when I wanted to move to Atlanta, and that was shortly lived.
Oh yes, you know what? There was a time where I wanted to move to Atlanta.
In the early
Yes,
2000s.
Yes,
I
when I first got
Yeah.
with Lil Wayne,
The early
there was a
2000s.
time where I was gonna move to Atlanta.
I was like, oh, Atlanta's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind.
because it felt like that's where everybody was
Yeah.
at that time. And when I first got with Wayne, shout out to Young Money, shout out to everybody at Young Money, man.
Yeah.
When I first got with Young Money, that's kind of like that was like the home before Miami was the home. He had cribs in Miami, but
And you guys used to be down there a lot.
like Dedication, what was it? Dedication 2 or 3? I think it was 3. Dedication 3.
So you was shaking down
A
there when
lot
you
of
made,
Carter 2. I didn't
from
say
around the way.
I didn't say anything about
that-
why are
was-
you bringing that up?
Because I wanted to know, was that made
No,
in Atlanta?
you're putting me on the spot. You're trying to make me bring up stories
No.
of filth.
No,
don't
I
wanna
wasn't.
bring
I
up
was
them
just going to ask
stories.
you, was that recorded in Atlanta? You went to
Yes.
a whole nother place.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I was gonna
yeah.
ask.
Yeah, that was definitely recorded out
Okay.
there in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was around the time I was gonna move out there too. I wanted to move
Okay.
to Atlanta.
Okay.
I did. We used to be out
I
there.
did
a lot.
too. I did too. But that didn't happen.
Yeah, shout out to Atlanta, shout out to Miami, shout out to all the 5 boroughs. I don't want y'all to feel like I was trying to, go crazy on the 5 boroughs. Shout out to all y'all. But I always wanted to live like in Miami and go to college in Atlanta. That's probably where the Atlanta thing of moving there possibly when I was first got with Young Money, because it just reminded me like, damn, I kind of wanted to already come here to go to school. Like, I wanted to go to Clark, got accepted to Morris Brown. It was like, yeah.
Maybe we would have met up in Morris Brown. I got accepted there too. It's crazy.
Look, I tell you all the time, You
That's
met me
crazy.
at the proper time in
The
life.
proper time.
Because you would not have liked
The
me
proper-
if you would have.
Well, it had
Yes,
to be the
you would
proper
not have
time.
liked me if you'd have met me earlier.
The proper time.
You met me when I had, I had grown up a little bit.
Okay. Well,
When I was still growing up, or you ain't, I wouldn't have made it.
them arguments would have went way longer.
Yeah, you would have been stopped messing with me a long time ago. You'd have curved me. But unfortunately,
We're still here.
no, not. You know what? That's not an unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm like, we're still here.
Fortunately,
Fortunately.
yes. Fortunately, yes.
Maxwell.
Remember Max? This is why I'm with her. Y'all see why I'm with her? Because it has happened 2 times in the last 20 minutes. Imagine how many
The
times
old
this happens a
Maxwell.
day. We just say the same thing
We even say the same jokes. It's
at the same
crazy.
time.
It's crazy.
It's my baby.
Not the Maxwell you see doing the dance moves, the other Maxwell.
Nah, when he did the joint like that, I can't control the feeling.
can't unsee that now.
Feeling. Niggas on the gram said Maxwell has not one song where he needs to be doing that move. Fucking
I didn't even
crazy.
know he was capable of that move.
Yeah, that was a wild joint, man. So,
Oh God.
I don't know. You wanna keep it short this week, or you wanna?
Yes.
How you feel?
I'm good.
We've been giving some long episodes recently.
We have been giving long episodes.
I don't want to say like we giving them a short episode, but because this isn't a short episode,
We
like
have so many more topics that we can talk about.
we can just go for days. But I started to be like, yo, I kind of want to do some different things. So on these next couple episodes, we're gonna try some different things. We're gonna try some more camera angles. We're gonna try to bring in just some new things, just some new
things that we're
things to
working
add on to the
yeah.
show.
And we're going to get to some of the suggestions and topics that they want us to
Yeah,
talk about.
yeah. We're gonna try a lot of new things.
working on a few things.
We're trying to keep this show in the lane that we're in, and that's just regular conversation.
Yes.
The conversation can be about relationships. It could be about us. It could be about things we've been through, things we're going through, or
Yes.
things that we got through. I think that's our lane. You know, like we don't get no bad feedback on the show.
But
No bad feedback.
we can talk about other things
We can.
if we choose
always,
to.
Always.
We have so many different topics that we can talk about.
But I think the people that watch this show, from the 1 person to 5 to 10 to 100 to 500 to 1,000 or whatever it is, I think those people are familiar with what type of content we're going to provide, what type of conversation we're going to provide. And if they didn't like it, they wouldn't subscribe to it.
Well, I
They
feel like the
wouldn't
people
watch
that are
it. They
subscribing
wouldn't.
and that they're
They
watching.
wouldn't leave comments.
Right. I feel like they can pull a chair up to the island with us.
And you
joining these
just kicking it.
conversations
That's
comfortably.
it. It's not too
That's the
much.
thing.
You know,
I don't want anyone to feel like
I don't feel like it's an age gap.
Right.
It's
This conversation is
it's
too much for me.
It's a certain type of demographic that this
Right.
is for. Like,
Not at all.
this is for white people, black people, older
Whoever
people,
wants to
younger
join
people,
in. Yes.
people in relationships, people not in relationships.
relationships.
So we always say that. So
Yeah.
we just want to keep building on this. We want to continue to stay consistent for y'all.
Yes.
She pushed me, I push her
Yes.
to stay consistent, so we could keep giving y'all these
Yes.
episodes every
Episode
week.
6.
Episode 6. Yeah, this is dope. This is dope, man. I feel better this week than I felt last week. Last week, I watched the episode from last week, right? It was about right after we did the intro. He was like, "How you feel?" I was like, "Well, you already know how I feel. Like, I don't feel like shit, come on." I watched it back. I was like, "My nigga, like, god damn, who told you to come to work today?
Well, you're here.
Call out."
No.
I
I
was
worked
looking
through it.
like, call
But the thing
out,
is, but you
my
know what it
nigga,
is?
abort mission.
But you know what it is? When you sign up for something, and that's something that we've been a real stickler on, even with the kids, when we sign up for something, we want to finish it through.
Yeah.
So if we told you guys we're going to bring you another episode next week, we want to continue to do that.
And about 5 minutes into it, I was
You
having
fine.
more fun
That's
than
why I didn't pay
had.
him any mind.
Because men are dumb. She sat, my baby sat here the whole last episode, episode 5. She sat here knowing I was grouchy, had an attitude right before, nothing was going right, but we still got it right, and the episode still came out fire. So I just want to tell you thank you. Love you.
I love you too. In a few minutes in, you were fine.
Yeah, a few minutes in, I was fine, man. So Yeah,
That's
make
like
sure.
we're not perfect. So
Nah, not at
And that's
all.
what people
Not at
can
all.
see.
But make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Make sure y'all leave us them comments. We definitely
Yes.
want to interact with y'all, and
yes.
because we're about to start doing something where we might start going live. I don't know if we want to pick another day in the week. We might start giving y'all some more content where we do like the Jane After Dark podcast episode, and then we might do like a live, some sort of live interaction with y'all.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We could have a super chat going. Y'all
Yes.
could ask us things live and in real time, and we could do something like that. I
Yes.
think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to like run that yet. You know what I'm saying? Over at Millsy Vision Productions, I don't know how to like do the
We're
live.
gonna get there, though. We're gonna get
Because
there.
I'm such a perfectionist. I don't want to be live and something don't go right.
Yeah, but we're gonna work
So
it out.
we're gonna try
We'll
it
work out.
anyway.
But
You know
thanks
what
for
I'm
tuning in.
Yes, I'm Jae Millz.
And I'm Dana.
And I love you. We love each other. And you should love each other too. See, I got it. Hold on. I was Oscar the Grouch last week, but I got it now. Cookie Monster got it. We up out of here. Love y'all.
Bye.